Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, these are the things we're going to be using to make this video. So to make this bustier, we'll be starting by placing our tape at 6 inches. So we are taking away 6 inches, which is the neckline. I didn't want the neckline to be too deep, so that's why I'm placing it at 6 inches. Right now I'm measuring my bust measurement, my under bust, and my waist measurement, and then I'm just placing the measurement at the other end. So we're just going to roll that in. So I'm just marking it now. So that's the bust line, under bust, waistline, and the other one is my half-inch allowance. Moving on, we are going to be placing our nipple to nipple measurements. So my nipple to nipple measurement, which is also called my bust span, is 4 inches. So I'm just going to be placing that. So I'm just going to rule that in. Moving on, we are going to be measuring 1 inches on both sides of our waistline and under bust. I'm just going to measure 1 inch on both sides on the waistline, 1 inch on both sides on the under bust, and then for the neckline, I'm going to be measuring 0.5 on the left side and 0.75 on the right side. I'm just going to roll that in. Moving on, we are going to be adding our body measurement. So I'm adding my body measurement, which is 10 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. I'm going to be putting the dart allowance too. So for the neckline, 10 inches, 1 inch sewing allowance, and 2 inches dart allowance. Then for the under bust, I'm going to be placing my measurement. My measurement was 8.5, then plus 1 inch sewing allowance and 2 inches darts. And on the waistline, I'm going to be placing that same measurement, which is 8.5, and 1 inch sewing allowance, 22 inches for the darts. Then I'm just going to roll that up. Yeah, I'm just trying to make the lines curve. Moving on to the back, we're also going to be taking 6 inches on the neckline. So we are just going to be marking the 6 inches for the neckline, 11 inches for the bust line, 14 inches for the under bust, and 18 inches for the waistline, and half-inch sewing allowance. And we're just going to roll that up. Moving on, we are putting in our nipple to nipple measurements, and we are just going to roll that up. And we are going to go ahead and measure 1/2 inch on both sides. And then we're just going to roll that up to the neckline. Moving on, we are going to be adding our body measurement. So that is 10 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance and 1/2 inch for the dot. And for the bust line, 10 inches sewing allowance, 10 inch body measurement, 1 inch sewing allowance and 1 inch for the dot. On the under bust, we have 8.5 for the waist, 1 inch sewing allowance, and then I just placed my tape and put in the measurements. I'm measuring 1 inch. On the waistline, 8.5, 1 inch sewing allowance, and then I'm placing my tape to measure the dot, and then I'm just placing it, which is 1 inch. So we're going to go ahead and rule that in. So I already cut up the pattern papers, and this is what the front is looking like, and this is what the back is looking like. So we're going to go ahead to start sewing. So I went ahead to cut and sew for the front. This is what it's looking like. And this is what the back is looking like. So moving on, I already joined the lining here, and it's just to add the zip. So I'm showing you what the front and the back looks like. So this is the back. So I'm going to go and add the zip. So moving on, for the ruffle design, I'm going to be using 1 yard of taffeta fabric. You can use whatever fabric you want to use. And then I'm folding the fabric into 4. I'm just going to be making use of the fabric alone. So I'm just going to fold it into 4. And then into 4, I'm going to get the midpoint, and I'm just going to roll. And that's where I'm going to be sewing the elastic channel. Right now, I'm going to be getting the midpoint of the fabric. So we have a full length of 9, then the midpoint is 4.5. So I'm going to be marking 4.5 from the beginning down to the end of the fabric to make the elastic channel. Right here, I already fixed up the elastic into the channel, and this is what it's looking like. So now we're going to move ahead to fix up the ruffle on the bustier design, bustier top. So now, right on the side seam, you can see where I marked. So we're just going to be placing one end of the ruffled design. I went ahead to use my sewing machine to sew on that elastic point so that the elastic won't pull off. So I'm just pinning it right there at the side seam of one end, and then we move to the other end First, on the nipple to nipple measurement of the other side of the bustier, we're going to be pinning the ruffle design there, sort of slanting it on the front bodice. And then I'm just going to pin that. And then we want to pin that on the back darts, so over the armhole to the back darts. So I'm just going to pin that in, and then I'll go ahead and notch it. So guys, we've come to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to my new subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.